In today's society, power is given to those who promise change and a better life for our citizens. The ugly truth is, those who are given power don't always do what they say or intend to, and that needs to change. Michigan has one governor, two state senators, and 14 state representatives. Our governor, Rick Snyder, is responsible for government budgeting, serves as a commander-in-chief in the state's military, and legislation with power to appoint officials upon whom they choose. Our state senators are Debbie Stabenow and Gary Peters. They are responsible for creating and ratifying laws, state laws, and regulations, and vote upon bills and legislation. The state representatives are responsible for meeting and debating on passing or vetoing laws in the Congress. If I could have the opportunity to fill one of these positions, I would choose to become the state governor. This is because I feel that I could benefit our lives the most, and I could change more local issues instead of broader federal issues. They have a say in budgeting, roads, and schools. Rick Snyder is currently the fourth most unpopular governor, according to the Detroit Free Press. Being that there is 50, this news is very disturbing. The main issues I would address first would be our roads, then our schools, and finally making sure the next person to follow me would be a better success than Rick Snyder. As you all know, Michigan's roads are treacherous. Rick claimed that he put $1.2 billion towards fixing our roads this year. Last time I checked, I didn't see any improvements. In fact, about a month ago, I had to replace a strut, also known as a shock for cars, due to them being completely worn from the roads. They need to get away with filling the holes with a little bit of tar that comes apart and destroys the paint on our cars. You get what you pay for in life, so in choosing the cheapest option, it's not going to fix any problems in the long run. I'd implement a new plan where we'd vote on what roads are the top priority for fixing, and this would be determined by the physical condition of the road, the distance the road covers, and finally the population of the people who travel it on a day-to-day basis. There have been many issues arising in local schools in Michigan that have not been addressed yet. For example, population problems in the upper education buildings. I was a student at Plymouth Canton Educational Park. Most classes I had exceed the number of 28 to 30 students per classroom, and that was with one teacher or instructor. That is a very high amount, and it starts to reflect on the students' academic abilities. I also had friends in neighboring high schools like Churchill, Franklin, and Stevenson who had the same problems. As governor, I would spend more budgeting money on increasing the number of teachers as well as the buildings and the size of the buildings to help distribute the students better. This would definitely help the education system for our state. In conclusion, Rick Snyder has been in office since 2011. Michigan's law is that the maximum term a state governor can serve is two 4-year terms, which add up to a total of 8 years. There's no way that he could be reelected again, but I would try to set up the next candidate with my advice and knowledge to continue the way of success. If I was in his position, I would first be addressing our roads and schools because they have a big impact on our local society and need to be fixed the most. That being said, I would make a great governor for the state of Michigan, and I would try my hardest and do my best to make sure it stays pure.